Okay, we're on the final part. All right. I hope you enjoyed part 1 and 2. And we're going to go ahead and get started on part 3 to reasons your business can't make money. And I know if you're listening to this and if you're taking notes and you're doing everything I've told you to do about this, I'm sure you're going to be a game changer in your industry, in your niche. You're going to be noticed. Yeah, you're going to be noticed and you're going to grow. That's the main point. Okay. We're working on getting your money, your profits up in your business, whether you're starting or you continuing to grow. Okay. So now the next and the last group of things that we're going to talk about, this is part 3. And we're going to talk about this right here, weak sales strategies. Okay, we gave you all of the other stuff after you had to do you had to do your leg work, do all the grinding to find out what to really define out everything you needed to know before you get to this point, because in order to be able to have a good sales strategy, you have to do that leg work, as they would call it. You have to do that not so sexy work, those things that's going to make everything come together for you, so where you can, it will be effortless to you, right? Okay, now also, this is what I mean when I'm talking about the weak sales strategy. Don't let it be weak because you won't make any money. All right. Now, the first one is going to be poor customer service and follow-up. Remember, I mentioned to you in the first video, if you saw the first video, if you listened to the first video, if you didn't, please go back. I told you about the research. Okay, in order to get very, very, very informative about your particular client, your client that you already have, you have to know that research from the beginning. Now, in order to give good customer service and have a great follow-up, what you need to do is you need to make sure, sorry, y'all, you need to make sure is you got enough information and you have that intelligence on your client and on the industry and all those things and on your competitor. You have to follow up. You have to give good customer service. And also, having a lack of the skills to persuade your client or to get your client, in a sense, I wouldn't say persuade in a bad way or whatever. That didn't sound too good, but getting your customers to see the value in what they're going to miss if they don't, you know, get their product from you, or if they don't, if they don't purchase or whatever, that's what I'm talking about. So having them, educating them on everything about why they need what you have to offer and how the value is going to benefit them so much. So that's pretty much what sales is in a nutshell. And closing that, let's say for instance, if you're doing one-on-one with someone, or if you got a big project, or if you're going B2B and you're working on closing the deal and sealing the deal, make sure that everything you tell them in that deal that you're going to give them, that you will give them. So you don't want to be able to not include everything that you said, because then there's going to be some friction somewhere that they're going to say, well, you told me you was going to do this, or you told me that you was going to offer them this. Put it in a contract, do whatever you have to do, making sure that you are both on one accord. Make sure you both are on one accord. That is so important too. All righty. Now, let's say if you got someone a part of your team, or you have them hired someone in the area, this is another thing that can make or break you. Your weeks. This is called a weak sales strategy. Having someone on your team that is not properly trained, that is not, they don't have their rapport, their demeanor is, they're not motivated, and you have a high rate of hiring, and you have a high rate of a high turnaround of people that are part of your team. You want to come out the gate doing that correctly too, and that's another skill set to have, and that's another strategy, and it's a science to that too as well, of getting the right person on your team, learning how to vet people that is going to be a part of your team, not just because somebody want a job or just not because you know someone. Some of the do's and don'ts, you need to be focused on that. You need to be focused on the detail of this because this is all important of you having making a profit in your business. And this is why you may not be making the money in your business because of your sales strategies, because of your sales, area of your business. So this is so important as well. Okay. And having someone there, that weakest link in your business, that can just bring down the morale and not, have good communication skills, just not on the same page with everybody involved. And everybody must have the same goal in your business. You cannot get drained in what's yours or what you created. You cannot allow yourself to do that. So don't even start it from the beginning. And this is way, this will affect your business monetarily. Don't let it do it now. Okay. All righty. And then also the last one in your sales category is going to be, I think I mentioned this in day 2. I did, but tracking and analyzing your customer interactions, your customer experience. How much, how often your customers are buying from you? Are they buying other products from you? What is going on? Knowing your customer relationship with you and having the appropriate tools and the softwares in place to make that happen. Okay. You have to nurture your business, your your clients. You have to continue to nurture them. Don't just let them be a one-time, person or one-time client coming through your door. Nurture your clients and offer them other services so where you can keep giving and offering them service and building a relationship with you, because as you build a relationship with them, they are going to what in turns refer people to you, and that's going to in turn increase your sales, which in turn is going to allow you to make more money in your business. Okay, so that is very important too. Now, don't miss any opportunities, like I said, when it comes down to selling other products to them. Don't do that. You can promote, you can team up with someone that can benefit them, that can benefit the potential client, your already client, that can upsell them, and that can benefit them. You can benefit them by ways, by means of adding more services and selling additional things and teaming up with someone that can have a complimentary service for your clients. And then you guys can work out the percentages of, okay, well, you'll get a percentage of this and that, and things like that. So that is very important. Now, another thing is customer retention. Your customer your customer If a customer leave, you want to know why. You want to know why, and you want to keep everything across the board, the service and everything. Keep it keep it level, consistent. It's consistency here. Don't just change with the waves, because your inconsistency in the quality of what you present, however it is, whatever kind of product you have, this is why you want to SOPs are important. Standard of operation procedures. You want to be consistent, okay? And then if you're not meeting the expectations of your customers, you need to know that, and they need you to know that. So where maybe y'all can come at a medium and you can correct it, because we're all human. Well, all businesses are, especially if you have a team, especially you have other people working with you and you may outsource some things. This can happen, okay? This really can happen. So don't beat yourself up about it, and don't think that, oh my goodness, I'm a failure because I'm just not able to do that. Rectify it, correct it, do whatever you have to do, but don't just ignore it, okay? All righty. Don't ignore customers' feedback. Please don't ignore any complaints. They always say the customer is always right. Sometimes you can get people that are just, users they're out here that you just want to take. That's a whole different conversation. But you would know and you would sense when a customer really just have a complaint, and maybe they may have a suggestions. You don't have to tell them that you're not gonna do whatever, but your customers 9 times out of 10, those suggestions you need to kind of take heed, because that's letting you know what, okay, this might be something. If this person have this issue, if this person want to discuss this, then maybe somebody else feel the same way too, and that can improve your business. Okay, it can help you grow. Okay, now, and also have the systems and have a software or have a tool set in place so where you can approach and you can gather feedback information. However you do it, it doesn't matter. It can be, hey, fill out this survey. It can be, hey, send out a electronic survey, or it can be, let us know, whatever it is, however you do it, just do gather some feedback of how you are servicing your clients. Okay, and then also act on it. Don't just say, look at it and say, oh, okay, all right, whatever. Don't have that attitude. You would always want to improve your business, improve. Okay, improve yourself. All right, always get better in your business. Now, also, having some different things like loyalty programs in your businesses, giving them an incentive for being there. you know um I would say anytime a client or customer will make a make a purchase with you, and then just don't forget about them. Just don't forget about the people that do business with you. Just like some of my clients that I'm doing, working on with their credit repair and things like that. Here lately, I call them and say, hey, everything's okay. Have you gotten a letter in the mail? Da 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 da. What's going on? That's even after we've made a purchase. I'm always calling and just checking in with them to see, not necessarily asking them, do they need anything else? I want to make sure that what service I'm giving them now, they're satisfied with it. I'm just not, hey, I've done business with you, I'm gone now, I'm ghost you, and then I go ghost on you. No, that's not the way I do business. That's not the way I do. And especially if I'm working with my one-on-one clients. If interns working on a group, what I do is probably send out a mass email. I would have already created a way that they are already in my ecosystem, and I will make sure that I stay in touch with them. This is just the cost of doing business. This is just the way to do business, and this is just the way to always keep that rapport going with your and communicating with your clients. All right. And it's also saying a lot about your brand. I talked about that in another video. Remember, I mentioned to you about your brand. So this is a part of your brand. This is what you do. Okay. This is just who you are. Brand, like you brand something. Okay. All righty. All righty. Now, the last section we're going to talk about, and the last few things we're going to talk about is far as you growing, how to grow your business and make money in your business. We are going to talk about how to make more money in your business is, you know, leadership, a lack of vision and direction. Now, every business has to do something. We have to do something with it. Now, we can't just let it stay stagnant and just let that business model stay the same, because time change, people change, trends change, and this economy change, and capitalism can make a lot of things change in a different way, right? Okay. So one thing, these are some things that you don't want to do. You don't want to have unclear business goals about the growth and your objectives. You got to always keep your eyes on the, your hand on the pulse, and your eyes on the prize, and your eyes on what's going on. You've got to stay as a CEO and as an entrepreneur and as a business owner. You need to stay up on things. You need to stay in, you need to stay in the trending area. You need to know what's going on. And then also, don't slack on your strategies and your strategic planning. Always do that. Always, like I said earlier, always know what's going on. Check your metrics of your business. Always know what's going on. Okay. And then always let your team know exactly where you're headed. Have a productive conversation with them. Have meetings where not all this small talk. Get down to business and you talk about things and where y'all going, where you headed, and you would know this in advance because you will be doing some of those other things that I mentioned in the other videos about how to do them and what to do in the process. Okay, so this is how you say you be very, very transparent and very, very clear and let everybody know what's going on. Okay, and like I said, from your research and from where you want to go and take your vision and sit down, and sometimes you got to be still and quiet in your own thoughts and make things happen and connect with the people you make the phone calls and you've set up things and you want to partner with other people in the future. You may want to get a government contract, you may want to get a local contract, whatever. May want to work B2B with a company, and if you have a team, your team will be ready to make that transition with you. Okay, all righty. Now, and then don't, with the standard, with the SOPs, this will avoid you. Don't macromanage your people. Don't macromanage any portion of your business because it will bring down the rapport, and you don't want to do that. And then always, trust the abilities of the ones that you've hired to do the job. And that's why be slow to hire, be slow to bring on someone with the team, and not just say, oh, I got to get this done and I need someone, and then you got a disaster here. No, don't um don't do that. And then you want to make sure that you keep your morale up in your company. If it's, eventually, it can be just a couple of you working together. You want to make sure that that morale is high. It's because the creativity will flow within the organization, within the company, within whatever you're doing. And then also, and making sure that you train people properly. You're making sure that what you want in your business, you know what you want them to do, and give them thorough education and thorough training. And then also, don't, I mean, for as just collaborate with your people, don't always have your business growing so where there can always be opportunities to grow with you, and then have a great team dynamic. Y'all do things together, plan things with your group, do this and do that, and just make it a great time. Okay, well, that's day 3, and that's all we're going to talk about today. So here again, I appreciate you, and I have another meeting, so we will talk later. Okay, so y'all have a beautiful day. Alrighty, and that's part 3 of reasons businesses can't make money. And if you don't do any of these things, you won't have that issue. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.